Welcome back to our Ixting video 1 cents from the years 1964, 1969, 1981, 1983, and 1998, from pocket change to collector's treasures. U.S. coins like the Jefferson nickel and the Lincoln cent have witnessed decades of American history. Let's explore 5 significant years: 1964, 1969, 1981, 1983, and 1998, through the lens of coinage. Jefferson nickel 5, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Lincoln cent 1, 95% copper, 5% tin, and zin. The U.S. was preparing to remove silver from circulating coins. Dimes and quarters lost silver in 1965. Let's get started. First step: Jefferson nickel, often mistakenly referred to as a nickel or 1 cent for the 1969 and 1983 issues. Although you mentioned 1 cent, based on the inclusion of Jefferson, it's clear you're referring to the Jefferson nickel, which is worth 5 cents in the U.S. If you were referring to the Lincoln cent, please let me know, and I'll adjust accordingly. The Jefferson nickel, first issued in 1938, replaced the Buffalo nickel and has been minted ever since with various design changes. It features a profile portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president, designed by Felix Schlug. 2 years you requested, 1969 and 1983, represent important eras in American numismatic, both during regular production phases with no war or silver content, but notable differences in condition, strike quality, and minting trends. No nickels were minted in San Francisco for circulation in 1969. However, proof coins were made at San Francisco with S4 collectors. Again, no circulating nickels were made at San Francisco. However, proof coins were struck at San Francisco with the S-Ben mint mark. This year was part of the transition period after silver was removed from most coins. Nickels never had silver except during 1945. The U.S. Mint was returning to normal after the Coinage Act of 1965, which had temporarily removed mint marks. The economy was stable but inflating. Coinage continued at high volume. The nickel was still used in widespread commerce. No U.S. mint sets were produced in 1982 or 1983, making high-quality uncirculated nickels from these years rare. This was the Reagan era, with economic recovery underway after early 1980s inflation and recession. Collectors now face difficulty finding high-grade 1983 coins because many entered circulation. Portrait of Thomas Jefferson facing left. Inscriptions: "In God We Trust, Liberty," followed by the year, for example, 1969 or 1983. Mint mark, if present, Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. Inscriptions: E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents. United States of America, 75% copper, 25%. Nickel weight 5.00 grams diameter. 202,000 Philadelphia, 145,790,000 Denver. Den 202,807,500 San Francisco. Proof only 293,463 Philadelphia, 561,616,000. Denver. Den 536,726,000 San Francisco S. Proof 3,279,126. Note: these numbers show high production, especially for the 1980s. Common circulated nickels from both years are worth face value 5.1969D. is the most common for that year. 1983 nickels are more challenging in higher grades due to poor strikes and the absence of mint. Sets 1969D or 1983D, 1983P in MS65, $1 5 Ms 66. Or higher, $10 $50 plus full steps designation. Sharp strike on Monticello greatly increases value. 1969S, $1 $3 higher, and PR69D CAM, 1983S, $2 $5 depending on condition. Coins graded with full steps, usually 5 or 6 visible steps at Monticello by NGC PCGS, can fetch MS66FS, $30 $150 plus MS67FS. Rare, can go over $500. Many nickels suffer from weak strikes. Full steps examples are scarcer and more desirable. No major varieties known, but look for die cracks, doubled dies. Rare, noted for weak strikes. Making full steps versions rare. Look for LL1983P doubled die reverse, very rare. Shows doubling on E pluribus unum and Monticello steps off center strikes and planche. Era's 1969 nickels are popular for completing Jefferson series books. 1983 nickels are of higher interest due to absence from mint sets. Registry collectors seek high-grade full steps, which are scarce for both year, though neither 1969 nor 1983 Jefferson nickels are especially rare in circulation. They hold specific interest due to the difficulty of finding well-struck examples, the absence of mint sets in 1983, the rarity of full steps coins from both years for new and seasoned collectors, cherry-picking uncirculated, proof, and full steps. Examples of these coins can be rewarding, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC.US. A loop to check for full steps. For 1983, avoid heavily worn examples. They are extremely common. Consider buying graded coins. If aiming for registry quality pieces, search proof sets for San Francisco issues. Would you like a PDF version of this script? Or a visual coin value chart? For these years, I can also include images of typical verses. Full steps coins, if that helps your research or presentation. Jefferson nickel, often called Nico, from 1981. The 1981 Jefferson nickel is part of a long-running series that began in 1938 and features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. This coin is a key component of American coinage and has seen minimal design changes until 2004. The 1981 version falls within what collectors refer to as the classic Jefferson nickel era, replaced the Buffalo nickel in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag, who won a design competition. First issued during the Great Depression era, created to honor Thomas Jefferson and his contributions to the founding of the U.S., reverse originally featured Jefferson's home in Virginia. In 1981, the U.S. Mint was preparing for a major change, switching from copper pennies to zinc ore cents, which occurred in 1982. The nickel, however, retained its long-standing 75% copper and 25% nickel composition. Economically, the early 1980s were marked by inflation and high interest rates, which impacted coin production policies and mintage totals. The 1981 Jefferson nickel was minted in 3 locations, each identified by a mint mark. Mint location, mint mark, mintage approx. Philadelphia No Mint Mark 676,045,000, Denver D. 584,419,073 San Francisco's proof only 3,491,581. The largest producer of the 1981 nickel. Coins from this mint do not carry a mint mark. Second largest output. Known for strong, consistent strike quality, produced only proof coins in 1981. Made especially for collectors. These were not intended for circulation and have a mirror-like finish. Feature specification composition: 75% copper, 25% nickel, diameter 21.2 mu85.0 grams, edge plane obverse. Designer Felix Schlag reverse. Designer Felix Schlag. 1981 nickels were common in circulation for decades. Most show signs of wear today. Due to their age and extensive use, they are not considered rare but are important for completing datement collections. Common among Jefferson nickel collectors. Higher grade, uncirculated examples are sought after. The proof coin from San Francisco is especially valued for its quality and aesthetic. Circulated nickels show signs of wear, including flattened details on Jefferson's hair and face, softening of the Monticello image on the reverse, dull surface with possible nicks and scratches. Good G4. Heavy wear, Monticello, barely visible. Fine F12, moderate wear, more visible features. Very fine VF20, most details present. Moderate circulation. Extremely fine EF40, light wear on high points. Uncirculated coins show no wear and have full mint luster. Grades include Mint State 60, MS60, no wear but may have bag marks or dull luster. MS65 Gem, strong strike, few marks. Attractive luster. MS67 Plus, very rare and business strikes. Nearly flawless under magnification, made for collectors with a mirror-like finish, not intended for circulation. Graded on the PR scale. Proof 60 to 70, PR 69, or PR 70 examples are the most valuable. Condition: 1981. P1981D, 1981S proof circulated 5 cents, 15 cents, 5 cents, $0. 15 North, uncirculated MS65 $1.515 NA proof PR 69 PR 70. NA and X, $2 Australian $10 plus note. Coins with full steps designation. Sharp detail on Monticello steps are worth significantly more, sometimes $25, $100 plus. Look for full steps on Monticello for higher value. Avoid polished or cleaned coins. They lose collector interest. Buy proof coins in original packaging when possible. For example, in 1981, U.S. proof sets. Store in protective holders to prevent tarnishing or wear. The 1981 Jefferson nickel is a typical affordable coin for beginner and intermediate collectors. Though it lacks extreme rarity, it holds historical value and represents the enduring legacy of one of America's most famous coin designs. With millions minted and still available, it's a piece of numismatic Americana that's both accessible and interesting to study. Whether you're collecting for hobby, history, or investment, the Jefferson nickel from 1981 is a solid addition to any U.S. coin collection. Would you like a printable version or collector checklist to go with this? 1964 Jefferson nickel, not 1 cent. Value. Documentary, video, voiceover, or educational resources in the world of American coinage. Few coins have stood the test of time and utility like the Jefferson nickel. First introduced in 1938, this 5-cent coin features the enduring image of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. But among all years of its mintage, the year 1964 stands out as a fascinating chapter in both the coins and the nation's monetary history. The year was 1964. America was at the cusp of great social, political, and economic transformation. The civil rights movement was in full force. The space race had ignited national pride, and a looming war in Vietnam was just around the corner. Against this backdrop of change, the United States Mint struck more Jefferson nickels in 1964 than any year prior. But why so many? The answer lies in a crisis: the coin shortage of the early 1960s. A combination of rising silver prices and widespread hoarding of coins, especially silver ones, created a severe shortage of small change. Though nickels didn't contain silver, they were being hoarded out of fear and speculation. In response, the U.S. Mint ramped up production to unprecedented levels. In 1964, the Jefferson nickel was struck at two major U.S. mints: the Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins with no mint mark, the Denver Mint, which used the D mint mark, located to the right of Monticello on the coin's reverse. That year, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 1 billion nickels to 1,028,622,762 to be exact. The Denver Mint followed closely, with 1,787,297,160 nickels. Combined, that makes nearly 3 billion coins, a record for the denomination at the time. The 1964 Jefferson nickel carries the original design created by Felix Schlag, a German-born American sculptor who won a design competition in 1938. Portrait of Jefferson on the obverse was based on the bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon, and the reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. Obverse profile of Thomas Jefferson facing left, inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty." In the year 1964 reverse, a detailed rendering of Monticello inscriptions: "E pluribus unum," Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Denver Mint coins have a D mint mark. Philadelphia coins have NO mint mark. The vast majority of 1964 nickels are found in circulated condition. These coins have seen decades of handling, pocket wear, and age. In average circulated condition, their value remains close to face value, -5 cents, unless there's a rare error or die variety. Uncirculated 1964 nickels, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can be worth significantly more. In pristine mint state, their surfaces are lustrous, untouched by circulation, and exhibit full detail. Values as of mid-2025 for uncirculated coins are approximately MS63, $1, $2 MS65, $10 to 5 Ms, -66 or higher, $50 $300 plus. Full steps designation, FS $500 to several $1,000s. The full steps refers to the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse. If all 5 or 6 steps are fully visible with no wear or breaks, the coin is given the full steps FS designation, and these coins are very collectible. The high mintage in 1964 led to a variety of die errors and varieties, some of which are prized by collectors. These include doubled dies, coins with slight doubling in the lettering, or Monticello punched mint marks, RPM, especially on the 1964 D. Nickel die cracks or cuds, caused by worn dies under heavy production, stressful steps, FS, as mentioned. FS coins are far more valuable despite its enormous mintage. The 1964 Jefferson nickel marks a turning point in U.S. coinage history. It represents the final year before the U.S. government removed silver from dimes, quarters, and half dollars in 1965. Though nickels were not affected, 1964 remains symbolically important, a last gasp before massive monetary reform. The sheer volume of 1964 nickels minted led to a decision to freeze the date on Jefferson nickels. As a result, 1964 dated nickels continued to be produced into 1965, with number 1965 dated nickels released until late that year. This created some confusion among collectors and the public. While the 1964 Jefferson nickel might not be the rarest or most valuable coin in American history, its story is rich with historical significance, economic drama, and numismatic nuance. From the halls of Monticello to the pockets of millions, this little piece of metal carries more than just a monetary value. It carries a legacy of craftsmanship, history, and the enduring image of a founding father who once wrote the words that changed the world. So next time you find a nickel in your change, take a moment to look closer. If it's from 1964, you're holding a small but powerful relic of American history. Thanks for watching or listening. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Jefferson nickel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more new stories. Stay tuned. Would you like this script formatted for YouTube narration, podcast voiceover, or perhaps with visuals and transitions? I can tailor it for that as well. 1998 Jefferson nickel 5-cent coin. The 1998 Jefferson nickel is a 5-cent coin, not a 1-cent coin. The 1-cent coin features Abraham Lincoln, not Thomas Jefferson. Now, let's dive deep into the 1998 Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. By 1998, the Jefferson nickel design had been in continuous use for 60 years, with only minor adjustments. The 1998 issue represents the last era of the original design before major overhauls in the early 2000s. Designer Felix Schlager. Original design from 1938 composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel diameter, 21.2 ohm weight. 5.00 grams edge planen. 1998, the U.S. Mint struck Jefferson nickels at two facilities. Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P Mint mark. Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark. No nickels were struck at the San Francisco Mint for circulation, but proof coins were made there for collectors. Mint location, Mint mark, circulation coins, proof coins. Philadelphia, PAPs no Denver, COJs no Sun, Francisco Saz knows. Mint mark, mintage notes 1998-P662, 312, 000. Common in circulation, 1998 D, 821 million, even more common 1998S. Proof 2, 86, 507 high-quality mirror, finish for collectors as you can see. The 1998 Jefferson nickel was minted in the hundreds of millions, making it widely available and not rare in circulated condition. Definition. Coins that have been used in commerce. Appearance show signs of wear, loss of luster. Scratches, flattened design elements. Value, face value 5. Unless in very high grade or with an error. Availability, extremely common. Found in pocket change. Definition, coins that were never used and have no signs of wear. Grades, ranging from MS60 to MS70. Higher equals better condition. Appearance. Bright luster. Sharp. Details, no wear. Value. MS62, MS63, tilde, $0.25, $0, 50 ms, minus 64 to MS66, tilde, 75 cents $1, 50 ms, minus 67 and above, can fetch $10, $25, or more depending on eye appeal, and rarity. Made for collectors, struck with special dies on polished planchettes. Deep cameo effect, frosted details on mirror. Background value, typical 1998S proof, tilde, $1, 3 deep cameo in perfect PR70, up to $25 plus portrait. Thomas Jefferson facing left text. In God We Trust, Liberty Year 1998, mint mark P, D, or S image. Jefferson's home, Monticello, a neoclassical plantation house in Virginia, e pluribus, unum Monticello 5, CENTS United States of America. The 1998 Jefferson nickel is not rare, but some collectors pursue high-grade examples or use it as part of full-day tandem mark sets. 1938 to 2003 original design proof sets, often bought from the U.S. Mint. Era coin collectors looking for misstrikes. Double dies, off-center. Some valuable varieties can emerge from minting mistakes. Off-center Metis Diabol Dioverse DDO full steps. Monticello sharp details on Monticello steps are prized. A full steps 1998D nickel in MS67 can be worth $15, $50 depending on the market. Jefferson's home, Monticello, is in Charlottesville, Virginia, and serves as the symbolic and literal backdrop of the reverse design. The coin reflects Jefferson's role, as the design remained unchanged until 2004, when the Westward Journey Nickel series began, celebrating the Lewis and Clark expedition. Feature description: coin name 1998 Jefferson nickel composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weight 5.0 grams. Designer Felix Schlager. Verse Jefferson portraits reverse Monticello, Philadelphia P. Denver D. San Francisco proofs. S value circulated $0. 05 value. Uncirculated 25 cents, $25 plus special varieties proofs. Full steps. Errors: the 1998 Jefferson nickel may be common in everyday change, but it represents an enduring piece of American numismatic and cultural heritage. For beginner collectors, it's an affordable entry into U.S. coin collecting. For advanced hobbyists, high-grade examples or rare errors can still offer a challenge and reward. Would you like help identifying a coin you have, or checking its condition from a photo? I can help with that too. Just upload an image. 1993 Jefferson nickel, not nickel 1 cent, which is likely a typo for nickel. And note, it's 5 cents, not 1 cent. Opening music or voiceover tone in your hands, it may seem like just another coin. Small, metallic, unassuming. But behind the modest 1993 Jefferson nickel lies a rich tapestry of American history, art, minting technology, and numismatic intrigue. Whether found in your pocket change or stored away in a coin collector's binder, the Jefferson nickel offers a unique glimpse into America's legacy, even in a relatively modern year like 1993. Let's dive deep into this tiny but powerful Piece of American currency. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag, it features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse. On the reverse, Schlag originally depicted Monticello Jefferson's estate in Virginia. By 1993, this design had remained largely unchanged for over 5 decades, a testament to its enduring place in American coinage. Why Jefferson? He was the author of the Declaration of Independence and a champion of American democracy. Felix Schlag's original design, approved after a design competition in 1938. Over time, some stylistic details were slightly adjusted for clarity in minting. The 1993 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 primary U.S. mint facilities, each playing a distinct role in the coin's distribution across the country. Located in Pennsylvania, coins from this mint have no mint. Mark 1993P is simply 1993 mintage, approximately 594,884,000. Coins located in Colorado. Coins show a D mint mark mint, approximately 594,349,000 coins. Located in California. Coins bear an S mint mark. Not released into general circulation. These were proof coins made for collectors. Mintage, around 2,319,341 proof coins. Feature detailed denomination, 5 cents U.S. nickel diameter, 21.2 ump, thickness 1.95 ump, weight 5.00 grams. Composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Edge planed. Schlag. Like any coin, the value and desirability of a 1993 Jefferson nickel largely depends on its condition. Let's compare circulated and uncirculated versions of this coin. Definition: these coins have been used in commerce, showing signs of wear and tear, scratches, loss of luster. Discoloration. Common grades: G good, VG very good, F fine, VF very fine. Estimated value, typically face value 5 cents to around 10 cents depending on condition. Definition: coins that were never used in commerce. They maintain original mint luster and detail. Common grades: MS62, MS70, MS65, gem uncirculated. Might sell for 50 cents to $1.50. Ms. 66M, S67. Scarcer. Can reach $5 to $15 depending on market demand. MS68 or higher. Very rare. Can sell for $50, $150 plus. At auction if certified. Highly polished dies used on special planchettes, mirror-like fields and frosted devices, sold in sets to collector's value. Ranges from $1.50 to $5, depending on condition. PR67, PR70 for collectors. Not all 1993 Jefferson nickels are created equal. Here's what to watch for. Look for full steps. A designation used when all 5 or 6 steps on Monticello are clearly visible, indicating a strong strike. FS nickels from 1993 and MS66, MS67 can bring premium prices, sometimes over $20 to $50. Avoid cleaned coins. Cleaning reduces value. Natural toning or patina is preferred. Certification matters. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC are more trusted and fetch higher prices. You might find a 1993 Jefferson nickel in your change jar, but uncirculated or proof. Examples are more likely in collector channels. Local coin shops. Coin shows online platforms like eBay or Heritage AUCTION mint proof sets. 41993S. The 1993 Jefferson nickel may not be ancient, rare, or golden, but it's a modern representative of American coinage, carrying the legacy of a founding father, the artistry of a 20th century sculptor, and the endurance of copper-nickel alloy. Whether you're new to numismatics or a seasoned collector, this nickel is more than just 5 cents. It's a small piece of history you can hold in your hand. Would you like this script formatted for video narration, podcast, or turned into an article or YouTube video description? I can also add visuals, coin grading images, or value charts if needed.